radio station, and I'm going to turn the show over to the disc jockey at that radio station. Take it away.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am DJ Howling Herbie from radio station WPHL in downtown Philadelphia.
WPHL in downtown Philly.
Ooh, isn't that a catchy tune? Okay, we're here to howl the night away. My first order of business is the introduction of our special guests. We have outgoing President Dennis Bentley, his partner Barbara Herwick, his son James, and his wife Roshan. Right down there, okay. His sister, Liz Bentley, who gave us a lot of this good stuff tonight. And several family friends. Also in our audience, I think I didn't see her, but is Terry Carrillo, our Assistant District Governor. There she is. All right. Tonight, we have a special request phoned in by Barbara Herwick from Novato, California. Barb, your request is that we roast your partner, Dennis. So let's proceed to do just that. You told us that Dennis once played air guitar. Okay, Dennis. So, in the spirit of Howling Herbie, let's begin the roast with our first hit of the night. Dennis, you have to come up on stage and show us your air guitar skills. Come on! Come on!
Good beat, you can dance to it.
All right, you ready?
Give it a rating there, Michael. Okay.
Okay, we're waiting for our sound technician to cue up the song. The sound lady. The song is I'm Going Home by 10 Years After.
That could be embarrassing.
All right, ready, Judy?
I think I'm ready.
You gonna help?
Should go.
I'm gonna help, of course.
Okay, I had this problem earlier. That's what makes it more funny. We should go.
Are you gonna make everybody stand up and sing it?
No. We wouldn't do that to you
It's
guys.
very tough to sing this song.
It's been playing for like 2 hours. Okay. Sorry.
We had this problem in dress rehearsal too, so sorry,
Yeah, and I
folks.
thought it was all queued up. Sorry. Oh shit.
Finally. Okay, solo up there.
My baby, I go home now. She my baby. Oh, baby, want to see my mama. Baby, don't go. Baby, don't go. Baby, don't go. Baby, don't go. Man, you break me so. I love my baby. We break this on.
All right.
Yeah, my baby. I'm gonna stick it on that dog. I'm gonna have oh, baby, I love that way you walk. Yeah, want more money, too far to show. Need to get rid of that. Go. Step out your face, you. Baby, do the thing. You're my blue suit, you.
All right. Thank you, Dennis.
All right.
Good job. Well, if that didn't set the tone for the evening, nothing will. This is Howling Herbie from WPHL in downtown Philly. I'll be back shortly after we hear an historical fact from Dennis's alter ego. I'll call this manifestation of our outgoing president Didactic Dr. Dennis.
I hope this one works. Does this work?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Hello, I'm the geeky, informative version of Dennis, also known as Didactic Dr. Dennis. For those in the audience who have not attended our weekly Rotary meetings, let me explain that I personally recite a meaningful historical fact at many of our meetings. Therefore, tonight, in the public interest, I'm here to present several historical facts. Here is the first one. Did you know that Napoleon was once attacked by a horde of bunnies? They bit him on his arm and buttocks. Bonaparte bit on the butt by a Bentley. It's absolutely true. Isn't that just amazing? Look that up in your funkin' wagnalls.
All right. Welcome back to the Howling Herbie Show here on WPHL in downtown Philly.
WPHL in downtown Philly.
All right, well, let's continue to roast our outgoing president, Dennis. The year 1951. The place, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In this year, and in this place was born one Dennis Bentley, the outgoing president. Dennis grew up in a row house. And if you're not sure what a row house is, it is a 1 to 4 story house occupying a narrow street frontage and attached to adjacent houses on both sides. In California, they might call that a party wall. Dennis did not speak until age 3.5 or 4. This concerned his parents. We find his mom and Dennis at the pediatrician's office.
Well, I run some tests, and the results are interesting. I think I have some idea why Dennis has held his tongue for so long.
Yes, it's amazing. He's nearly. Oh, I don't have a mic.
Sorry.
Yes, it's amazing. He's nearly 4 years old and he hasn't spoken yet. Why not?
Well, it's complicated. He's very observant. He looked carefully at everything I showed him. He loves handling things. I gave him lots of items and he looked them over and over and began to take them apart.
Yes, Doctor.
I showed him a drawing of a nuclear power plant and gave him a pencil. He made the cooling tower larger and drew in a warm water exhaust pipe to the river. Very neat.
Oops. I know, but why hasn't he spoken?
Well, I'm sorry to have to be the one to break this to you, Mrs. Bentley, but your son's going to be an engineer.
No, not that. Oh, no. But still, why hasn't he spoken? Dennis, why haven't you spoken yet?
Because until now, I've had nothing to say. However, I resolve to make it up in the future, in volume.
All right. Welcome back to the Howling Herbie Show in downtown Philadelphia.
WPHL in downtown Philly.
All right. Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, the home of the storied South Street Entertainment District. Here's a request all the way from Novato, California by Harry, who remembers South Street. Oh yeah, now that was a great tune. I'll be back after our historical fact break.
In the public interest, I hereby present another interesting historical fact. Fox tossing was a popular sport among Europe's elite during the 17th and 18th centuries. Fox tossing would involve a person throwing a fox as far and as high as they could. They had fun, freely and foolishly frolicking with foxes. That was Renaissance entertainment. Look that one up in your funkin' wagnalls.
All right, we're back. It's the Howling Herbie Show on WPHL in downtown Philly.
WPHL in downtown Philly.
South Street in Philadelphia is known for cheesesteaks, its destination restaurants, bars that keep the party going late, many shops, boundary-pushing galleries, and performance spaces. In the era of soul, music groups like Temptations, OJs, Delphonics, Stylistics, and many other groups performed at nightclubs on South Street. Dennis Bentley grew up in northeast Philadelphia, 3 or 4 miles from South Street. His neighborhood was filled with kids his age, and he thrived as a young boy, playing outdoors with many friends. Dennis loved playing with his little green army soldiers. He'd shop for them at the local Five and Dime. Here is a reenactment of one such shopping trip, perhaps to one of the stores in South Street.
Look, Mom! They've all seen a little green infantry soldier men in the window. I want them.
I know, Dennis, I know you want them, but we don't have enough money for them right now, so I'm sorry, we can't.
But I want them. I need them.
Dennis,
I want them now.
Dennis, stop that whining right now. You can't have them. Dennis, stop this right now, or you and your sister will leave here.
I want them now.
Dennis,
Mom, I want the
Dennis,
soldiers.
do stop this, you dorky moron. We're gonna leave you. We're gonna leave you.
I want them
We're
now.
gonna leave you.
I'm listening.
Come along, we'll go home.
We're gonna go
I
home.
want them now, Mom. I want them now. Mom. 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 Don't make me run my knees. Get out of here.
Hello, Dennis. We're gonna go home. What have you been doing down there? We're gonna go home now. You wanna come with us? We're going now. Bye.
Someday I'm going to be a chemical engineer, and I'm going to make all the Green Army men I want. So.
Nice, Dennis. I hope it really didn't happen like that. Howling Herbie here on WPHL in downtown Philly.
WPHL in downtown Philly.
A request just came in from another Novato, California resident named Susan. What's with all these Novato callers? Here to all of you out there in Novato, Susan's request is Crying by Roy Orbison. She must have heard Dennis crying there on the sidewalk. So here's your request, Susan.
Uh-oh. Need some more money. Wait a minute. Okay. Damn it.
Crying.
Last one worked fine.
Joel, you're pretty good at that. Why don't you just sing the whole
Last
thing?
one worked fine.
There you go. Wow. Let's hope that all the crying is over for tonight. I'm back right after this historical break.
Hello again. In the public interest, here's still another fascinating historical fact. Before there were alarm clocks, there were knockers up, who were hired to shoot dried peas from a blowgun at people's windows in order to wake them up in the morning. People cried awake by peas pounding the panes. I suppose that method is better than revelry. Wow! What a wonderful bit of this information to have. My favorite kind of fact. Look that one up in your funkin' waggles.
Another good one, another good one. All right. I'm Howling Herbie here back at
WBHL in downtown Philly.
All right. Did you know that the famous television show American Bandstand began in Philadelphia, the home of our outgoing president, Dennis Bentley? It moved from Philly to LA in '64 when Dennis was 13 years old. Dennis had a paper route when he was a kid, and he was in the Boy Scouts, and he received the level of Life Scout. Sorry, Dennis, not quite an Eagle Scout, huh? Oh well. Dennis graduated from high school in '69 and went on to college at Clarkson University in Potsdam, New York. Did I say Potsdam right, Dennis?
Yes, you did.
All right. He graduated in '73 with a degree in, you guessed it, chemical engineering.
See, I told you, Lizzie.
His first job was with, get this, the Naval Nuclear Power Division of General Electric Corporation. In '75, Dennis married his wife, Linda. Eventually, his job with GE took him out to sea on nuclear submarines and the nuclear-powered destroyer Bainbridge. Not bad, Dennis, not bad. And now, alas, we must suffer through yet another historical fact.
I just love history, don't you? I mean, the fact that we were both Life Scouts. Here's one more delightful historical fact. In 1929, researchers at Princeton University turned a live cat into a working telephone. Those researchers carefully cataloged their conversations on a cat phone. It's absolutely true. It was meow, no-how. Even if it might have been catastrophic for the poor feline. Boy, it's good to know all this stuff. Look that one up in your funkin' whiteness.
Oh, those poor cats. Oh, boy. Welcome back to the Howling Herbie Show on WPHL in downtown Philly.
WBHL in downtown Philly.
Wow, wasn't that last historical fact interesting? No. Now, I just received a request from Cherie in Marin County out there on the West Coast. Cherie asked that I play the 1974 disco song, The Sound of Philadelphia by 3 Degrees. There you go, Cherie. Now that's a disco dancing song. Okay. I'll be right back after, God forbid, another historical fact.
In the public interest, I'm very pleased to present still one more captivating historical fact. The Roman Emperor Claudius issued an official edict allowing farting at Roman dining tables after hearing that a man had almost died from holding in his flatulence. However, Claudius forbade foul farting in the forum from his flatulating followers. Wow, these historical facts are a real gas. Look that one up in your funkin' wagons.
Very good, very good. Welcome back to the Howling Herbie Show in downtown Philly.
WPHL in downtown Philly.
Okay, more history on Dennis. In 1986, 7 years after the birth of their son James, Dennis, James, and his wife Linda moved to Washington State, near the submarine shipyard where Dennis worked. Then, in 1988, Dennis and his family moved to Napa. And Dennis commuted to Mare Island Naval Shipyard in Vallejo, where he headed the Westinghouse Corporation's field office. Dennis was a great dad. In addition to his work at Mare Island, Dennis spent lots of time with his son James. His son was also a Boy Scout, and Dennis set up spelunking, whitewater rafting, and other trips for the Scouts. He also worked with Napa Parks and Rec to build Napa's first skateboard park. Nice going. But it's a little known fact that Dennis also became famous for driving on empty. We find Dennis and his son driving from Napa to Auburn.
My father loved son.
It looks good on you, son.
Gosh, Dad, thanks for taking me with you up to Auburn.
Oh, you're welcome, son. 92-mile drive. It should take us an hour and a half if traffic is normal.
Oh, that's right, Dad, but look at the gas gauge. It's almost on empty.
No worries, son. I'll keep my eye on it. I've learned to get every ounce out of this old car.
Okay, Dad, I hope you're right. Hey, Dad, the gas gauge is on empty, and we still have 60 more miles to go. Shouldn't we stop in Davis and fill it up?
Oh, no. We'll be just fine. This old car gets wonderful gas mileage. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Don't worry.
Okay, Dad, whatever you say, but gosh, don't you wonder about the accuracy of the gas gauge? We're running out of gas.
No, we won't run out of gas. And even if we do, we can always walk with our gas can and get some more and start right back up.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Dad, now the gas gauge is showing no gas at all. It's well below the empty bar. It's time to find a Chevron station.
Ad lib that part. It's not in the script. No, we're fine. This car has at least 30 more miles in it.
Okay, if you say so. Dad, I'm really nervous. We just climbed out of the valley to 1,600 feet, and the gas gauge, it can't go down any farther. I think.
Well, listen to that. Our car's coughing and running out of gas. And we're just uphill from a Chevron station. Chevron station, just down there, see it? It's about a quarter mile away. This is wonderful. We can coast into the station.
Holy cow. Talk about luck. Boy, Dad, have you always lived on the edge of empty tank?
Son, I'm an optimist, not a pessimist. Pessimists see the tank is half empty. I always see the tank is half full. Does that sound familiar?
And that's a twisted metaphor if I ever heard it. I have some alternate facts, and that is that gas gauge is busted.
All right. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Howling Herbie on this Saturday night in WPHL in downtown Philly. Kind of a catchy tune, huh? I have a new request from Eric in Windsor, California. It seems Eric is the incoming president of the Rotary Club of Novato Sunrise, and Eric asks that we play an old-time Philadelphia hit for his fellow Rotarian Dennis. Well, Eric, here's the quintessential Philadelphia hit, Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John, released in '75.
If the cause is right, I need to find an answer on the road. I used to be a hard beating for someone, but the times have changed. But just a second before my work gets done.
Now that was a great hit. Ooh, lost my sunglasses there. I'll be right back in after a dull break in the action.
A real dull break. A really, really dull historical fact.
Once again, in the public interest, I present still another riveting historical fact. Did you know that the Greek philosopher Chrysippus died of laughter after getting his donkey drunk and then watching it try to eat figs? Oh, the imagery that conjures up. He dolefully died during the droll dining of drunken donkeys. Well, now you know another wonderful and fruitful historical fact. Congratulations on your newfound knowledge. Look that one up in your Funkin' Wagnalls. It's such a pleasure keeping you informed.
Oh my! I'm becoming hauntingly hysterical about historical history. Anyway, I welcome you back to the Howling Herbie Show. More history on Dennis. In 1996, the U.S. Navy closed Mare Island Naval Shipyard. That's the year Dennis left Westinghouse and began working in the water and wastewater industry. Sadly, Dennis's wife Linda passed away in 2000, having suffered many years with multiple sclerosis. Dennis traveled for a year or so to Coventry, England, and then Israel, where he installed water and wastewater equipment. He moved to Novato in 2007. It was in Novato that he met Barbara Herwick on the tennis courts of Rolling Hills Club.
Who is that lady over there?
Oh, that's Barbara Herwick. She's a real hottie.
Looks like someone I want to meet.
Okay. Our next drill is as follows. I'll hit you a low cross court. You come back with a forehand to the opposite side. Then I'll send you a high forehand and you volley it back, okay? Line up. Okay, here we go. Excellent. All right, now the next drill. A backhand to you that you hit down the line, okay? Line up.
glasses.
Okay. Okay. Fine work. One last drill. I'll hit you a high lob, look up, raise your racket, and point it towards the ball. As it drops, hit an overhead shot. Okay, line up.
Hey, are you stalking me or what? You keep on getting behind me.
Well, actually, I was trying to see, that is to see you're behind. I mean, behind you is what I like to see.
Well, at least you're honest. So, what's the deal? Are you trying to pick me up or something?
Yes, I guess so.
Whoa, well, what? Well, you've been successful. So, what's next?
Would you like to be my partner in the upcoming Thanksgiving turkey tournament?
Sure, why not? As long as you don't act like a fool and cut anybody off of the line like some other women or something. Don't be goofy.
No, don't worry. The only behind I want to be behind is, well, I mean, behind every woman there's a great, behind every man there's, how does that go?
Real smooth, Dennis.
Better quit while you're ahead. The hole you're forming is getting very deep, and I need a solo partner for the turkey tournament, not a turkey.
I'll be solo.
All right, it's me. I'm back. I'm Howling Herbie in Philadelphia. Well, folks, by now you all know the jingle. Come on, sing it along with our vocalist. WPHL in downtown Philly. Come on, folks, one more time for effect.
WPHL in downtown Philly.
All right. Why, thank you. That was great. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm now hopelessly inoculated with valueless historical facts. Dear God, I hope I'm now immune. I do, however, have some useful additional information about Dennis. He's a nice man. He's outgoing, president of the Rotary Club of Novato Sunrise. He's an engineer. Whoops. He's an engineer by trade, and well, he's like most of us. He's not perfect. A fly on the wall put in a request. She asked me to tell you that Dennis can be very thoughtful, thorough, and deliberate, and sometimes very literal. Case in point. You ready for this one, Dennis? Howling Herbie discovered that Barbara Boots, didn't mean to mention her name, Barbara, sorry about that, had asked Dennis to lend her some money because, quote, she didn't have any to use at the party store, end quote. Dennis gave her some money. Barbara made her purchase, and she and Dennis moved on to Trader Joe's. Dennis went in with Barbara, then went back to the car and left her shopping. Barbara soon came out to the car and asked Dennis, "Why did you leave me when you knew I didn't have any money?" Dennis's response, ready for this one, folks? "You said you didn't have any money to use at the party store." Now that is certainly literal.
It's true.
Good one, Dennis. Well, Howling Herbie knows how much Dennis loves Rotary. Rotary wants to thank you for your year of service as president. My first Howling Herbie has one more song to play. It's My Girl by The Temptations. Now, Dennis, Howling Herbie has learned that you and your mates once did a routine to this tune. Is that true?
That is true.
All right. So please, one more time, come up on stage and show us what you might remember of that little ditty.
I need the other.
We might help you out a little bit. Come on.
Okay.
We love it, we love it.
Actually, I want you to know that our group that did it in my fraternity in college, we actually did a figure 8 when we were with 300 people. So.
Whoa, whoa. That's some great choreography, I love it. All right, thank you folks, and thank you Dennis. Your performance was interesting and enlightening. Dennis, we're going to ask you to come back up here momentarily, but one more time, this is Howling Herbie from Philadelphia. Come on folks, sing the jingle with WPHL in downtown Philly. All right, thank you folks. I'll soon be signing off for the evening, but before I do, there are a few things left to accomplish. Dennis, the Rotary Club of Nevada Sunrise, thanks you so much for your year of service. We have a couple of gifts for you. Come on, Dennis, come on up.
I better bring this up. Am I coming back down or staying up there?
Hey, Dennis, up you come for some wonderful gifts. So first of all, Dennis, thank you for all you did for the Rotary Club of Nevada Sunrise. And for sharing all those amazing, fascinating historical facts. Now hands up, everyone here who thinks all the historical facts that didactic Dr. Dennis, played by George Silvestri, how many of them were true? Hands up if you think they were true. All of them were true, believe it or not. And we know this because we have checked them. Number one gift for Dennis is the 1951 Funkin' Wagnalls Standard Encyclopedia Yearbook. And I would like you to know that so far we have checked through this thoroughly, we've all checked it, and Dennis's birth is actually not recorded, but we must have missed it. Funkin' Wagnalls is pristine American. Okay, so the other thing is, hands up those who remember Funkin' Wagnalls. Oh, not everyone. And they used to sell you the first issue and you signed up to buy the rest of the set, 24 volumes. And so Dennis is going to be thrilled to know that we have the first volume from 1952. This is for you. And Monday morning at 8 o'clock, we have a no-pressure sales team ready to sell him the rest of the 24 volume set.
there's more. There's more.
But wait, there's more. Mom made me go to the Five and Dime store to buy you the plastic army man. So here's the plastic army man. I have to get it to him, Mom? I want him now! Good job.
And lastly, we have a nice gift certificate for you so you can take Barbara some night, okay? There you go. All right, all right. Okay, before we... No, you can't. He wanted to give an historical fact. I said no. So, before we get on to the next step, I would like everyone to come out and take a bow for our fabulous little skit here, written by Harry Thomas, who can't be here tonight. Everybody, all right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. All right. Woo. Okay. All right, Dennis. Now it's time for you to say a few words and thank your outgoing board, and then Eric gets to come up and you guys can... Oh, you can do that. You want to... That's fine.
Well, now that I got the mic, though, I can actually do a historical fact. Actually, the radio station in Philadelphia when I was growing up with it, which was the rock station, was called WIBG. And IBG stood for I Believe in God, because before it became a rock station, it was a religious station. So, and there used to be a person on there who became very famous, a disc jockey whose name was Jerry Blatter. And I don't know if anybody from the East Coast, because he did become very, but he did have his sign-on thing that he used to say, and he used to say, "This is Jerry Blatter, the key with the heat of the big town, Motown sound, and all the way from Detroit, Michigan, here, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles." So that's a historical fact. And I would like all the club board members and the foundation board members from this year that we just went through to come up on stage. So, like Mike Ring, Mike Diener, Mike Landrum, Eric, Sylvia, who else? David Gabriel.
We got a list here.
Okay, yeah, I saw that list. I forgot, I don't have it. Who did I miss? Let's see, John O'Hare here?
That's fun.
Jason Zarenko.
They have to leave.
Bruce Goyne, Vicky, John David, Judy, Michael Young, George Silvestri, and David Stock.
George. Come on,
We learned a lot.
I know.